Hello guys, this is the updates of our interview or after our interview for the renewal of my green card from CR1 and become IR1. I want to ask you guys, if you still not subscribing my YouTube channel, please subscribe the notification below and click it so every time I upload a video you can notified and update about what's happening in our group, the CR1, IR1, K1 US visa processing. So this is what happened 15 minutes before our interview, not only my interview but our interview with my husband, because it's a removal of conditional residence. So both of us, me and my husband, so when we entered the USCIS office, do you remember guys, when you travel to United States, or before you travel to United States, in the airport you need to, in the immigration you need to remove everything, if you have belt or bag and everything with you, you need to remove it and then put it in the small bags to check by the officer. So it's like that. Then the next is they check our temperature to make that we don't have COVID. They check my IDs, only my IDs in the counter when we enter the room. They check my IDs and get my finger print and take a photo, electronic photo, before we go to the waiting area. So 35 minutes in the waiting area before the immigration officer called us for the interview. When we enter in the room, a specific room, individual room for the interview, we sanitize our hands and everything. So when we enter the room for the interview, the officer tell us to raise our hands for the oath, and we just tell the truth, nothing but the truth. That's the way of the interview. By the way, the officer have 2 inches thick of files, and we saw it that all the files, from the beginning of the processing from USS, when we send the petition, all the proofs and all the forms, all the civil documents and everything, NVC documents, during the interview documents, it was there, everything intact in one thick folder. So the interview is just the confirmation of your identity, that you are the same person, that your marriage is still. And the officer also asked about my nationality. He knows before he called us for the interview. It is just to confirm my identity, that I am the same person having an interview before and until the present time with my husband, and our identity, our personality not changed and the same. The officer also asked where I was born and my city in Philippines, the background of my husband, his family before he met me, and his military background, and his present status. What I mean is he was already a retired military. He also makes sure that our address is the same as the recorded in the files when we start the filing the petition. So he asked about the confirmation of our his income, my husband income. because I am a stay-at-home wife, so I'm not working. So the income that we have is only from my husband retirement and from the VA. And he asked me confirmation about my birth date. So I gave him the short testimony about our church, how we get married, how we go to Philippines for our wedding in my church and Philippines. And after that, after he asked us a lot of, not a lot, but simple questions, it is to confirm about me and my husband that we are still together, so he can approve the petition to remove the condition of my residence as CR1.